President Joe Biden has commuted nearly more than 1,500 sentences, promises more steps in the weeks ahead. The second largest single day of clemency was by President Barack Obama with 330. Tyrone Bowman, live. Welcome to the program on this evening. Let's talk about the new move by President Joe Biden. According to Politico, President Joe Biden commuted the sentences of almost 1,500 people and pardoned another 39, the most ever in a single day, the White House announced on Thursday. The White House said in its announcement that those receiving clemency, quote, have shown successful rehabilitation and a strong commitment to making their communities safer, end quote. The 39 pardoned recipients had all committed nonviolent crimes, and the commutations were for people who were placed in home confinement during the pandemic. America was built on the promise of possibility and second chances, Biden said in a statement. As president, I have the great privilege of extending mercy to people who have demonstrated remorse and rehabilitation, restoring opportunity for Americans to participate in daily life and contribute to their communities, and taking steps to remove sentencing disparities for non-violent offenders, especially those convicted of drug offenses. Following Biden's pardon of his son Hunter, he faced pressure from some Democrats as well as outside advocacy groups to use his clemency powers more widely before his term ends in January. Biden indicated in a statement that he will take more steps in the weeks ahead. My administration will continue reviewing clemency petitions to advance equal justice under the law, promote public safety, support rehabilitation and reentry, and provide meaningful second chances. Representative Ayanna Pressley, a Democrat from Massachusetts, who was one of the Democrats pressuring Biden to issue pardons, praised the president's decision, calling it a meaningful and historic action. Thanks to President Biden today, a near 1,500 families will have their lives changed forever. And I congratulate each and every family on this new beginning, she said in a statement. Still, Pressley is pushing for more clemency actions before Biden's term ends. With 39 days remaining in his presidency, President Biden has the power to continue to use his clemency authority to change and save the lives of many other Americans behind the wall, she said. It is the right thing to do. It is the moral thing to do, and it is a matter of legacy. Senator Dick Durbin, a Democrat from Illinois, also called on Biden to continue to use his clemency power before leaving office to address miscarriages of justice, just as the founders of this democracy intended, he said in a post on X. The progressive group Popular Democracy in Action struck a similar tone, praising Biden's decision, but also telling the president, do not stop now. This is just a first step with co-executives, directors, and Nilia Mijaya and Mariko Cooper. Thousands more of our people who have been wronged by an unjust system are still waiting for freedom and compassion. In President Biden's final days in office, he must grant clemency for the nearly 9,000 petitioners remaining, many who are aging, chronically ill, have young children, and families depending on them, and who already have served significant time. The president is also weighing whether or not to issue presumptive pardons for people who could be targeted by President-elect Donald Trump when he returns to the White House, including Senator-elect Adam Schiff, a Democrat from California, and former GOP Representative Liz Cheney. I echo that statement right there. I think President Biden should issue the preemptive pardons. In addition to the controversial blanket pardon for his son, Biden has used his clemency powers a few other times since taking office. In April 2022, he granted 3 pardons and 75 commutations to individuals with drug-related offenses, as well as some who were also on home confinement under the CARES Act, Later that year, he pardoned 6 more people with various drug and alcohol offenses. In April 2023, he similarly granted 31 commutations for people in home confinement. In late 2023 and earlier this year, he pardoned 11 and commuted sentences for 16 more people for nonviolent drug offenses, according to the White House. Biden said in his statement on Thursday that those commuted who have been in home confinement have successfully reintegrated into their families and communities and have shown that they deserve a second chance. Notably, not included in the pardons were any of the 40 federal death row inmates that progressives like Representative Jamal Bowman, a Democrat from New York, have called on Biden to pardon before Trump takes office. All right, let me stop here and insert this because I think on day one, President-elect Donald Trump has said unanimously he will pardon all of those who have been convicted and sentenced for taking part in the riot/insurrection of 2020. The ACLU highlighted Biden's decision to commute those under home confinement and called for the expansion of the CARES Act, which the group said was an unprecedented experiment and declaration that was incredibly successful. Of the over 13,000 people released, more than 99% have safely and successfully reintegrated into their communities. Cynthia W. Roseberry, Director of Policy and Government Affairs at the ACLU's Justice Division, said in a statement, "We urge Congress to build on the remarkable success of the CARES Act and pass other declarations, policies that prioritize compassion, redemption, and public safety." I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender, never quit.